that tells you how long it's been. I forgot to switch the intro back to the normal one. Howdy, folks. It's Friday. You know what that means. And, yeah, it's just after 7 p.m. Central Time. So you really know what that means. It's Fridays with Frank. Yep, we're here. We're here and we're doing it. No, so Brian, that's supposed to be a intro sequence just for 7-Eleven Day. So, July 11th, 7-Eleven, and I just forgot to switch it back. So, that's what happened there. Alright, let's see. Before we get too deep in here, Frank's links, let's get those dropped. You all know the drill. 3,085. Gone up 3 subs since last night. Yeah. Okay, fantastic. I completely forgot to start the stick again yesterday, but your audio is low. Now it's high, now it's low, now it's high again. Alright, okay. Hi, Mark. Let's see here. Alright, let's jump into it. This week, because it's been a month, July 11th was the last time I did this, and it was ham segments, so that means it's railroad segments. So your railroad term of the day. Mileposts. You've probably driven by those little numbers besides railroad tracks 1,000 times and never thought twice about them. Same goes for highways, actually. Highways, byways, freeways, interstates, etc. To a railroader, that number can tell you exactly where you are. Today's railroad term, milepost. Mileposts are often reference points railroads use to identify locations along the route. Back when we had code line, yes, code line, the telegraphy wires or control wires alongside the tracks, every 10th pole, because there were 40 poles per mile, so every 10th pole had a stripe band to it, and depending upon that stripe band was your quarter miles. So 1 band was a quarter mile, 2 bands was a half mile, 3 bands was 3/4 of a mile. So you knew not just with the numbers besides the railroad tracks, you also knew back then, we don't have them anymore for the most part, where you were based on those pole markers. They're basically the railroad's address system. Now, granted, there's a mix of railroad subdivisions now. So, you have Sacramento to Oakland or Los Angeles to San Diego. What happens when those milepost markers overlap? Well, they try not to. They really try not to. So instead of saying something like, there's something wrong with the track at the big oak tree, you can identify a location based on its mileposts. But here's where things get tricky and interesting. Milepost numbers don't necessarily represent the actual mileage from where you think the railroad begins today. For the Union Pacific Railroad, everything in the western half of the U.S. is measured from the old Southern Pacific headquarters at 1 Market Street, the foot of Market in San Francisco. That was milepost 0 for the Southern Pacific. So everything out from there had, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So if I come over here to my, where is it? Where is it? Ah, there it is. Under all the receipts that I have to go through. So if I come over here to, what page is it? Here we go. If I come over to Denial Sub, 10th Street, which is in Oakland, is milepost 4.2 because you measured across the San Francisco Bay from ferry terminal to ferry terminal. And then the mileposts just count up from there. So, and Southern Pacific, if you were going north or south, you were going eastbound. If you were going east, you were going eastbound. If you were anything going away from San Francisco is eastbound. Anything going towards San Francisco, westbound. So, that's why the actual mileage doesn't, the milepost numbers don't necessarily represent the actual mileage from where you think the railroad begins today. Hey Tim, welcome. And Troy, welcome. Yeah, every subscription brings them back. I wish that were true, Troy. So railroad lines have been abandoned, rerouted, combined, bought, sold for more than a century now. In some places, the numbering is essentially a piece of that history that has survived everything around it changing, as I mentioned, the SP lines. That's why you can sometimes find what seems like strange jumps or numbering patterns along a railroad. So, the next time you see a milepost sign besides the track, you're basically looking at the railroad street address. So, that is your railroad term of the day. Now, let's hit this myth, because we all know, I know, we all know I love a good railroad myth. A train can just back up if it misses something. Say the passenger train overshoots a station platform or whatever. This is an American truck simulator. You don't just throw a 10,000-foot freight train into reverse because somebody missed the exit. People sometimes assume that because trains can physically move in either direction, backing one up must be pretty simple. It isn't. It really isn't. A train may be thousands of feet long. There may be road crossings, switches, signals, other trains, workers, equipment, and territory behind it. The crew also doesn't magically have a clear view from the other end of the train. Any reverse movement has to be handled according to the rules, authority, and conditions that apply to that situation. 9 out of 10 times, if we have to make what's called a shoving move, because we're shoving things, the conductor has to ride the point. That always doesn't work out too well. So when somebody asks, why don't they just back the train up? It's because moving a freight train isn't the same as backing your pickup out of the driveway. There are very few railroad problems where the answer is simply just back it up. That is literally the down and dirty of the myth today. Yeah, you're right, Brian. Some of them just make backing a 53-foot tractor trailer. They just go doop, doop, whoop, and they're back in the spot, and you're like, how did they? What? But with that, you have to remember, and I was taught this early on, and maybe you know this, Brian, maybe you don't, I don't know. Consider the tractor and the trailer an extension of you. If you want to go forward and to the left, you point yourself that way. If you want to go backwards and to the right, you point yourself that way. The vehicle is an extension of you. That's how I was taught it. Now, segment 3. Why your train was delayed. We're waiting on another train. The magical meet. Your train stopped. Nothing's broken. The crew hasn't gone dead. Nobody's switching anything. So, why are we just sitting here? Why? Sometimes the answer is incredibly simple. We're waiting for another train, either going the same direction as us or going the opposite direction. On a railroad with limited track capacity, trains have to meet and pass each other. On especially single-track territory, one train may enter a siding and wait for another train to pass. And sometimes you'll sit there longer than you'd expect. 16 hours on duty waiting for 4 westbounds. Yeah, Uh, been there, done that, have that t-shirt. The opposing train might be further away than anticipated. Granted, dispatchers are supposed to be good at gauging these things and working it out. It might itself have been delayed for whatever reason. There might be another movement ahead of it, which is delaying it. This is one of those situations where railfans see a stopped train and immediately think something went wrong. Nothing necessarily went wrong. Sometimes sitting still is literally part of the plan. And I have to keep telling myself that, especially these days. And this is why also seeing one train can sometimes be a clue that another one's coming, maybe, even. So, hit the button for the last segment. Your Railroad Safety Minute. This one is worth emphasizing because it's something the general public genuinely may not think about. The train went by. The crossing is clear. No, that does not necessarily mean another train isn't coming. As I've mentioned before, I will mention again, and I will continue to mention, at locations with multiple tracks, one of the most dangerous assumptions, and I hope all of us know what assuming does, right? Okay, if you know, you know, right? Put a 1 in the chat if you know what assuming does. One of the most dangerous assumptions, though, somebody can make is that because one train passed, it's safe to cross. Nay. Wait. It's a pain, I know, and people will honk at you. But wait until the gates are fully upright and the lights have stopped blinking. Once those two things are done, you go across the tracks while looking both ways because the circuit may have been interrupted. Another train can be approaching on the adjacent track. The first train can actually block your ability to see it. This is especially important at pedestrian crossings. Never go around lowered gates. Never start across just because the first train has passed. Wait until the warning devices have stopped and it's safe and legal to cross. Now, let's see. I'm gonna pull up. I'm gonna pull this up because I feel this is very important. Where is... trying to find it real quick. It's such a simple code, you'd think that it would be... Yeah, okay, this is going to be good enough. So, this is California code. Most states follow the same code. I don't know about Canada, and good day, Colin. The driver of any vehicle or pedestrian approaching a railroad or rail transit grade crossing shall stop not less than 15 feet from the nearest rail and shall not proceed until he or she can do so safely whenever the following conditions exist: a clearly visible electric or mechanical signal device or flagman gives warning of the approaching or passage of a train car. This one right here, Part B. No driver or pedestrian shall proceed through, around, or any railroad or rail transit crossing gate while the gate is closed. By definition, from the minute the lights start and the gates start to go down until the gates have come fully back up and the lights have stopped, the gate is in a closed position. So, you know, people will argue, oh, well, the gates are 3/4 of the way up. I'm fine to go through. I don't have to worry about, No. You have to wait till they go all the way up and the lights stop. That is, at least in California, I'm I'm sure if I really wanted to dig, I could find it in other states' laws too. But that is the law. Simple as that. Uh, Saving 30 seconds isn't worth gambling your life or whether there's something coming on track 2, 3, 4, 5, whatever. So there's your railroad safety minute for the week. All right. We have the segments out of the way. Questions. You guys, it's been a month plus. Let's see. It's been do, 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 do. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Fridays. It's been 6 weeks now. I'm sure y'all have some pressing questions. At least I hope you do. I really hope you do. So, I'm watching chat. I'm in Discord. And, yeah. I'm also coughing a bit. Where is... Okay. Let's say, watch this 30-second government train ad from South Australia. You think I'll like it. Alright, let me close this out, open this, screen share this, and we're going to do this.
A train's engine is over 1,000 horsepower. Think about that before you cross the tracks. Stop for trains and trams.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely, Colin. You got it 100% there. So, for those that weren't around yesterday for my Thursday show, yes, I've been out for a bit because I had medical issues that needed to get resolved. They're still getting resolved, but I am back to the point where the doctor says I can sit up and do sitting things. I can't put any strenuous stuff on one of my legs. How much did I have to bribe human technical support to set you back to somewhat regular status this week? Um, thankfully, I didn't have to bribe them too hard, but uh, the the insurance, health insurance stuff from work is covering quite a bit, but $100-ish out of pocket at this point, Brian. So yeah, it's getting there, but I'm still officially, I still have minimum 10 days of no work. Yeah, I don't get to do this for minimum of 10 days. On the 31st, I go back in for one last checkup, and that will determine where things go. So, until then, I get to just hang out, chill out, relax, uh, do all the uh, do all the sitting things that I've missed out on over the last month. So, yeah, there you go. Um, hmm. Yeah, okay. So I'm going to be putting up a members post here, members only post. So for those of you that are members, like Tim and Colin and Mark, uh, you get to see this. But I'm literally going to be typing it up. Well, actually, more like copying, pasting something, and putting it into a members chat. So create post. And no, you guys don't get to see this. Unless you're a member. Visibility, all channel members. There's the paste part, now my own part. And Colin, I saw your chat with Big Jim about the Toad's reflector. Did you get that? Did you get that all worked out with him, or you still looking for it? Because I thought I had it, and I thought I gave it to you once before. Come on. Yeah, I'm back and you're late. Hi, Jason. Hi, Jason. All right, so I'm making a members only post right now, but I'm watching chat. As you can see, I'm watching chat. Let's see. All right. And channel members have a new post. There we go. All right. And channel members, if you do that, do not abuse it. You know, read the post thoroughly and do not abuse it. That's all I got to say. Because I'm putting my neck out on the line for that one. But there we go. Oh, you got tied up watching Ted Lasso. Okay. Still doesn't work. Gave the XLX, not the YSF. See, that's the thing. From what I understand, they're all on the same system. But let's. Yeah, because if you punch in. So okay, Colin. Let's do this live. How am I going to do this? Where's the monitor? There's the monitor. So, hopefully, I'm just going to make that super big there. Put it right above my head. There we go. So, ysf.toads.site, port 8080. Yes, it says XOX multi-protocol gateway reflector, but that should still be the YSF side as well. Yes, it shows all the D-Star stuff. But I do know he mentioned port 8090. Let's check that. Yeah, 8090 is not working. But yeah, if you just watch this site... No, I don't want to... There we go. If you just watch this site, Colin... And this is probably... Why does it not want it? There we go. Oh, he thought YSF was 8090, XLX is 8080. Yeah, so maybe it's I don't know what to tell you, but you know, you can see AMBE, DMR. Hey, that's Todd, isn't that? Not Todd, that's you, right? Yeah, that is Todd. How are you doing, Todd? It's been a while. Wait, hold on. That call sign reminds me of Todd. Todd, is that you? And to answer your question, if I remember right, the opposite of you. Ah, yeah, okay. Small world finding me here. Yeah, opposite of you. I get the big orange, not the Borg. So, Colin, yeah, there you go. I don't know what to tell you, but I can literally, let's see, menu set that there, switch that around. KG6 and LW on D Star. That should have gone through to the proper side. Oh well. Yeah, there it is. Yep. So that's showing D Star. I don't have. No, I do have Fusion set up here. Let's see. Where's Fusion on this radio? Right there. This one, however, I have to reach across the desk. KG6NLW on YSF. And now that should come across YSF. Yeah, it has been a while. Good to see you. How's Parker doing? I know Stephanie passed a few years ago, but how's Parker doing? Yeah, yes, Tim. Ooh, that sounds weird in my ears. Yes, Tim, a KH2. one of the few in California. All right, let me come back to the main screen here. Okay. Really, Brian? What's... Oh, that's good. Yeah, okay. You got all those FNGs working there too, from what I hear. Let's put it let's put it this way. I'm friends with Brody, so yeah, I get all the juicy Sparks details. You just talked on YSF. Okay, so that's interesting. It's not. Yeah, this is just showing. I wonder if it will show. Let me try it this way. Screen share, bottom right. Come on. There we go. Favorites. Go here, go here. Connected to node 5. I almost forgot it does that. KG6 NLW on Toads. So now that should update.
But I still heard you okay there, mate. Okay, follow Charlie Oscar over.
There we go, Colin. Now, if only we can figure out why the other... Okay, so now it's showing I'm coming through... See, now it's showing us on the dashboard. So that's interesting. Alright, just show you that it does do all the modes, because I'm coming in a completely different mode. KG6NLW. I think y'all can tell what mode I'm coming through.
Maybe they're listening on the side and fixed it live. Okay, cheers all. Okay, follow Charlie Oscar Lima out.
Sounds good. KG6NLW, Claire. Okay, doesn't do it on the disconnect. So there you go, Colin. It works. It does the thing. It might not be total all mode on this page, but at least gives you an idea who's talking where. So, and Brian, did you get your problem sorted out there? I saw your message. So, we got those questions worked out. Let's see here. Too many non-Guam folks out there. Well, I mean, Tim, you got to leave it to quirky QRP to bring all the KH2s back to California, right? All right, questions. Who's got them? It can be anything. You guys know the drill. And Todd, I don't know if you've seen any of my Fridays with Frank live streams, but we just open Q&A. Ask me the stupidest question you can think of. It can be railroad, ham, photography, whatever, and see if you can stump me, or how well of an answer I can give you, even if it is total Bravo Sierra. Because that's what we do around here on Fridays. We have fun. Yeah, that should work. Yeah, there you go, Colin. Let's see here. 14 degrees, wind 10 kilometers an hour, humidity 76%, and patchy rain nearby. Oh, jeez. Yeah, that's, we'll just do weather Cloverdale for me. Let's see here. There you go, Tim. So, Tim meet Todd. Todd meet Tim. Rockets and Radios is EOD Kaboom. He has a neat little channel there. Let's see. Where is my... That is there. Yeah, here we go. Yeah, and subscribe to his channel. Yeah, he talks about a lot of fun space stuff. Yeah, I think so too, Colin, but it still worked. It still comes out about the same. There you go. It gives you freedom in metric units all at once. Wow, I haven't seen Graceful or Mitch in the chat tonight. And Brian seems to have disappeared, and my in-ear monitors just died. So I get to switch out batteries. Otherwise, I don't hear Discord whenever somebody comes into Discord. And I don't get to hear my nasally voice coming back into my ears. Oh, is that all it took, was a reboot? Okay, Brian. Yeah, I saw your message, so I'm like, I hope he gets it worked out. Let's see. There we go. Get caught up there. Hey, it's a Mike. Hi, Mike. You having fun tonight, Mike? Wait, Mike, aren't you on vacation? Or was that another time? Alright, sounds good, Tim. Mobile safe out there. Oh, vacation was a week ago. See, that's the problem with social media, is it doesn't show the posts real time. Even though I ask for real time stuff, it doesn't show it. So, glad you're chilling, Mike. So, questions. Come on. No. Nobody has any good questions for ASMR, Frank. I'll just do the whole show in ASMR mode at this point. All the ASMR, every last bit of it. Hey, there's one ham radio crusader. Hiya, Freddy. How's Huntsville going so far? Yeah, yeah. We gotta we gotta do it the right way, Freddie. Seed Studio, Seed Studio, Seed Studio. Now it's guaranteed that Dave will show up in chat. He'll not have to watch for any trains on Guam. Yeah, that is true, Colin. No choo-choo trains on Guam. None at all. Oh, and there's Prep and Paul. Hi, Paul. Welcome. Is your stream frozen or my hotel internet? I think it's your hotel internet, Paul. Let's see here. Mike's running a 2-meter FM simplex net in the morning at 9 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time on 146.58 that he's live streaming, though. Hey, Mike, plug away. Drop your link if you want to. Yeah, I was doing... So Freddie, there's a certain... Get the squeaky mic out of the way there. There's a certain prep handball that does not like when I do the ASMR thing right up against the microphone like this. And so I had to do it. And sure enough, it brought him into chat. Let's see here. It's been so long of a Frank livestream break. Any more rumor popping up on the ICOM X26 for Tokyo Ham Fair? I have not heard anything, Brian, but I've also been out of the loop. Although I have it on good authority that A1 Josh, KI6NAZ, is going to be doing a first look live stream next Friday. That's Friday? Yeah, next Friday at 6 p.m. So my show next Friday is going to be an hour only. And it's going to roll right. I'm just going to drop everybody into his live stream. So there's going to be the X026 reveal at Tokyo. So there you go. It's going smooth so far, other than the heavy rain last night. I saw some photos from Quirky. That was a pretty neat thunderstorm. Yeah, two Franks in one spot, Lee. The world might implode. We might get swallowed into a black hole. Maybe next year. We'll see what happens. Let's see here. Yeah, there is some possible news coming soon on what the X26 will be in Tokyo. Paul, are you going to be at Tokyo? Are you going to be there? Or are you going to be not there? And Brian, I did see that Hayden has a video queued up, or a live stream. I'm wondering, because it's at the same time as Josh's live stream, I wonder if Hayden and Josh are doing a dual stream with Ray from Tokyo. Just because Hayden's is... No, I'll share this out. Hayden's is 8:28, so next Friday at 6 p.m. local. So, yeah, I think they're going to be doing a dual stream there. You will be in Tokyo unless the flight cancels, and you'll live stream from standing in the line waiting. Paul, you get that media pass. Apply for it now. I'm sure they still have them open. You get that media pass, and you skip the line. Simple as that. And if you don't make it, well, then at least you have a media pass from Tokyo Ham Fair. just saying. That sounds like a great way to do it, quite honestly. But yeah, Hayden and Josh next Friday at the same time. It's going to be quite the interesting reveal. It's special, for the two of them to be doing stuff. Yeah, that's definitely going to be quite the interesting reveal for sure. That's there. Hayden is a slightly closer flight to Tokyo than Josh. Yeah, absolutely. But Josh is known to do it remotely, patch Ray into the live stream type thing and be done with it. So. Oh, that doesn't work there with the media passes? Darn. I thought I had an easy in for you there. Oh well.
Here are the product details.
Now go away. I punched a button and that device decided to start talking. Let me actually. There's the volume down. Just turn the volume all the way down on that so it doesn't bother me again. Really? Will you get a new call sign, or will you no longer be JI anything? And Tim, I know you're mobile, so I'll read this out to you. Todd says, say hello to Ed, KH2L for him. We'll look you up the next time they're over there. So there you go, Tim, just so you don't miss out on that message. Last time with a Japan call. Well, that sucks. So I wonder how expensive it will be. New 5200 is a bit much for what it is. Yeah, I agree, Colin. The 5200 seems to be a bit much, but given the chance, as long as everything plays out right, I might consider the 5200. Not the first round. But guarantee that. Not the first round at all. There's a whole line of people ahead of me that would. You'd probably have it before I do, Colin. We'll just leave it at that. So, okay. Last time with Japan call. Japan is moving to must be permanent to have license or something. That's interesting. Come on. Does anyone know if Kenwood will be at the Tokyo Ham Fest? Freddie, they usually are. It's usually Kenwood, ICOM. Is Yesu there too? Paul? Paul, I know you've gone, so I know Kenwood and ICOM are always there. Is Yesu usually there, or do they not care enough? Hey Randy, welcome. I think Kenwood will release in Tokyo 3030. Yeah, Colin, okay. I will say this. In the chat last night on Jason's stream, Dawn from Kenwood, the US rep, was very adamant that they are releasing in September. Now, that was just what was said in chat. I don't have anything more than that to tell you. Just, I was, as a good person, I was reading everything that came in chat, even when chat is, on fire. Yeah, Dawn said that September. So, will we see the Kenwood in September? Yeah. Hey, Joshua, welcome. I think I saw you in here earlier, and I just forgot to acknowledge. I'm sorry. Let's hear. ICOM 5200 could be worth asking price depending upon how the APRS and KISS TNC. An open wireless TNC opens the radio up to do so much more and use apps better designed for APRS, one link, etc. So, Mike, I don't know if you watched it last night, but Smart Jason on Ham Radio 2.0's channel, because it was Jason, Tank Frank, Smart Jason, and Steve temporarily offline. They did a more or less live demo of APRS, and Smart Jason was just connected via his phone using APRS Droid. So I would think, with that being said, using WODE or other stuff like that, absolutely. I think that is their, obviously if they're using it on the production model that they have at Gigaparts, it's going to be there. Hey, Izzo, welcome. Good to see you. Glad we got Izzo in the chat tonight. How you doing tonight, Izzo? Oh, Randy. So that was at the beginning of the stream. That was my railroad ham segment, or railroad ham segments. That was my railroad segments for the week. So yeah, I do that right at the beginning, and then it's just an open Q&A. You got questions, I got answers usually, and that's where we're at now. So yeah, I do my, it's alternating weeks, railroad and ham segments. So this week is railroad segments, next week will be ham, week after will be railroad, etc., etc. So yeah, I covered that in the very beginning. But I will TLDR, too long didn't read for you, as to what I covered. Let me just bring that back up here. The railroad term of the day was all about mileposts. The railroad myth of the week: a train can just back up if it misses something. I ain't walking that 10,000-foot train to make a shove. I don't know about you. Segment 3, why your train was delayed, waiting on another train, the meet. And then segment 4, railroad safety minute, the second train on the second, third, fourth track, depending upon how many tracks you have at that grade crossing. So those were the 4 bits that I covered for Railfans don't see behind the scenes in the railroad segments this week. Oh, we said X 2026 and you're interested, Izzo. Well, so Izzo, next Friday, 9 p.m. Eastern, on either Josh, Ham Radio Crash Course's channel, or Hayden, Ham Radio DX's channel, they have live streams set up to, I presume, go live with Ray Novak at Tokyo Ham Fair to do an update on the X26. So next Friday, 9 p.m. Eastern, tune into one of those 2 channels and see what the updates are. I have no personal knowledge of any updates, but that's what's going to happen then. That wireless functionality is worth it to me. I have the Radio Oddity DB50B, which is the same as the N7600. I love the Bluetooth KISS TNC for WinLink, APRS, and more. See, Mike, that's the problem that I have with the radios right now. The Radio Oddity DB50, let's look this up. Well, let's go to the Radio Oddity website. And let's look up the DB50B. So, this is the radio, right? GPS, APRS, multiband transmit and receive, Bluetooth KISS TNC, and app program, all in one mic with display. So you can use the app or you can use the microphone, right? If you get just the radio, it's $349. If you get the bundle, the flash sale bundle, you're down to $289. So, what, $60 off there. Um, and yet ICOM has the 5200 priced at, what was it? 12. Oh, Gigaparts has it as $1,000. So $1,000 versus 350 for essentially the same thing. You're paying for the brand name at that point. Now, no shade to ICOM, Kenwood, or Yaesu. I have all the radios. I have all of them. But $1,000 or 350. Which are people going to go for the most? That is the question of the evening here. Personally, I would go with the Radio Oddity DB50. Because why not? At that price, even go with the bundle, which includes Bluetooth PTT button, the cup, an ebook, or a couple ebooks with it. The cup, what is that? The cup holder radio mount. So that literally mounts the radio in the cup holder, right? And that's $289 for the bundle offer. But if you just go with the $349, that's still, not too bad. And if you use this link that I'm dropping here, you can save $15 off at Radio Oddity. So that $350 becomes $335. Basically pays taxes and or shipping. So that's that's where I'm getting at, Mike. I think we have the same idea there. And here, Colin dropped the ICOM news releases. Yeah, that's a good way to check it out. Of course, Izzo. Glad I could help you. And Sarah, Paul says there will be an updated product at Tokyo for X26, not just a black box. So, there you go. Okay, so... Alright, you guys got that. Does not do GMRS. The VR 75 and 7600 do. Yeah, absolutely. Does Mears and Marine Band 2. See, there you go. Athletic cup holder. Yeah. Athletic cup holder for the Radio Oddity DB50B, Jason. Absolutely. The wireless functionality is totally worth it. Absolutely. The newer Motorola's do, Randy. Apex series radios, the pricier new ones. Yeah, absolutely. By the way, the reason why I muted myself, and this time I promise I won't spill all over my soundboard. Dinner was brought to me. It is chicken quesadillas. Yeah. So, I have that to look forward to. And yes, I made sure I did not drop it. Oh, Troy and Izzo are talking cigars in chat. Fantastic. Let's see. There we go. The 7x70. Yeah, that was a big cigar, Izzo. Tuesday night, that was. I know it wasn't that big, but that was a chunky boy. Absolutely. Alright. I'm all caught up on chat. Uh. Mark, you're back! Welcome back. Hey, Mark. Hey, Mark. Mark. Is the audio okay now? Is this at the proper levels for you? Does this tickle the itch in your brain? Oh, no worries at all. No, I don't. There we go. Check DMs. Oh boy. Oh, okay. Well, let's see what. I'll keep that in the queue, Mark. I'll keep that in the queue. But yeah, who has we got a lively crowd in here now. Let's see who has questions they want to maybe stump Frank on. Oh, okay. While you're thinking about the questions, I just looked at my clock and my timer is about to go off. So, y'all know what that means. Joshua, have I hit a deer in the train? Deer, mountain lions, unfortunately, house cats and dogs. Yeah, lot of nature gets hit on a train. Randy and Todd still in here. Todd the both of them can tell you as well. There's a good chance, maybe 2 in 10 trips you'll hit something. Hopefully it's not a human, but yeah, definitely a handful of deer, especially in the boonies. So absolutely. All right, that's done. Time for some water. What does chat have for me? Let's see here. No pumas. No pumas, Josh. Mountain lions, though, not all of them. Oh, Randy has no deer but dogs. Yeah, okay. Uh, there was one time a bear of some sort got clipped. I will say that there was a near miss. Well, can't really be a near miss, but yeah, a bear got clipped. So Freddy, you okay? Freddy's connected. Okay, I see you, Freddy. I see you. Mike is always on the Mike. What? You don't got to be on the lookout for cougars. You already got a cougar. I gotta be on the lookout for cougars. I'm in that right age gap. Oh boy. Yeah. Okay, it's gonna be one of those nights. Yeah. Okay. Got it. I love it. I love it. So, let's see here. Hey, my link stuff working. That's good. After not streaming for a month due to health issues, I'm like, is everything going to work right? Is everything all set up right still? I mean, I haven't touched anything, but it's computers. You know how computers can be. Hey, Hollywood, welcome. Good. That's the one thing that's not working. I just realized that. Let me see if I can fix that. Let's see, that is in here, I think. Did I not have that? Paul, are you still in chat? Wildlife on the tracks. Are they hanging out and not moving, or timing while they are crossing? It all depends, Izzo. Usually they're just hanging out. A lot of wildlife is smart enough to move, especially after a couple toots on the horn. 100 some odd decibels of horn blaring at you. Most animals are smart enough to move. Others, not so much. Or they get their paws stuck somehow, some way, and they can't move. And those are the not so great times. Alright, let's see. Where is my... I'm going to have to figure this out again. Okay, so I'm supposed to have an automated tool here that welcomes certain people into chat, and it's not working tonight. Okay. Well, I figured that out later. Dogs and cows are the worst. Yeah, cows really get them. Absolutely, Todd. Yeah, Paul. Yeah, I forgot where that is, because, I set it up and then never have to use it. I thought it was in CloudBot. Ooh, Mongolian beef. That sounds good, Randy. It's not in OBS. It's just in chat. Is the new guy responsible for power washing off the carcass at the station or depot? No. Usually that's done, well, assuming we can power wash anything at the time, that's done at the yard inside the maintenance facility. I mean, we try to get what we can off, so it's not glaringly obvious, but the power washing stuff, that happens inside the maintenance facility when the train reaches its destination. The tool got fouled up when it saw my name. You wrote the MF this guy function wrong. You're funny, Jason. You're funny. That's hilarious. Oh yeah, I don't use the Streamlabs plugin, Paul. Streamlabs, I use the website direct to do anything I want to do. Hey, as long as it clears something, Randy, that's the important part. It can be your sinuses, it can be other things, as long as it clears the things that need clearing, right? Alright, Mike, have fun going watch Ted Lasso with your cougar wife. If you're curious about 2-meter FM Simplex Net and you're in the Northeast area, especially in New York, check out Mike's 2-meter FM Simplex Net, and it's also live streamed in the morning. So there you go. Have a great evening, Mike. Thanks for hanging out. Yeah, so here, Paul, I'll show you what I'm talking about here. So I literally just come into Streamlabs on the website. And I remember it's one of these. I don't remember which one it is to do the announcement in chat. Oh hey, FEP Labs join chat or whatever. Yeah, that's the thing I'm looking for. Use the plugin. I originally, way back when, past Frank, like 3 years ago, Frank, I tried SLOBS. I tried it. Cloudbot, thank you. I tried it. Oh, apparently Cloudbot's been disabled. No wonder why it's not working. Okay. No, not slobs. Okay. Because I thought the plugin basically took over OBS, and that's why it was slobs. Let's see. All right, I re-enabled Cloudbot. Ooh. There we go. Now it's working. I just had to re-enable Cloudbot. Thank you, Paul. Alright, let's see here. How is, I'm gonna have to, we're gonna do that. Okay. There we go. Thank you, Paul. Let's see here. Wasabi now. That will clear your sinus. Oh, yeah. Absolutely, Troy. Okay. Well, I'll have to dig into whatever this plugin is, Paul. Because, yeah, I used slobs because that was, they went, oh, yeah, this is this and this put together, and it's a great plugin, and you'll have fun with it. And I had nothing but nightmares with it. So, I was not pleased with it. So I just went back to straight OBS. All right, we're gonna make this easy. Let me. Oh, what? Okay. Yeah, that's great. Okay. Getting a whole bunch of back-end stuff here. There it is. So, I do know that Digital Rancher Rob was planning to possibly go live tonight. Hopefully, we're not sure if he's going to. He was gonna, he says he will do a stream tonight. He hasn't posted it yet, so I am watching out for that. I am watching out for that, but I do want to have any questions y'all might have. Bring them on and bring them hard, because we know I can take it. And what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to close that. I am going to go into here. Let's go here. Name Mark, are you still in chat? Boondock Echo, Boondock Echo, Boondock Echo, Mark? Let's see. Start that. Enable that. And boom. Yes, you did hear an echo. Hi, Mark. You have a DM now, if you want. Because I heard something fun today. I heard that Boondock Edge has an update. So we may be getting that live here shortly. Just a heads up to everybody, so you can ask all the questions you want and then some. Let's see. Oh yeah, there we go. Almost. We'll see.
Hey, you hear me?
I can hear you, but I don't see you.
Ray, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you, but I can't see you. Oh, there we go. Hi, Mark.
Hey, buddy, how you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Tired. It has been a long week full of wonderful developments in Boondock Land, and I wanted to share them with you first.
Well, let's get them out there.
Okay. What do you know about Skyward?
It's an interesting group. They do a lot of weather-related stuff, and they have their nets out there. That's about it.
Okay, so it's a lot of different groups. While National Weather Service has the Skyward umbrella, it seems like each office kind of does their own thing. And out of the Ham, what do we do in Zinnia? Is that Ham Fest or Hamvention? That's
Hamvention.
So out of Hamvention, we met the Wilmington Skywarn people, and they have a software that helps monitoring one of these nets and passing information from spotters onto the meteorologists that much easier to do. And we integrated with them thanks to the wonderful help of Jeff, Ham Radio Nomad. And I don't really know his call sign off the top of my head.
KF0CSJ.
There you go. He's been a tremendous help.
I only know because I've worked him a handful of times, and he's part of the Ham Tubers bunch.
Yeah, great guy. Fantastic coder. He's been going through and just tearing up our code and making it better and easier so that people can load up, and this is the exciting part, they can load up the code that they want to run on something like a Raspberry Pi, which I just had to unplug to show you this, and they can run their own transcription locally.
Oh.
How cool is that?
That is a big fan on that Pi.
It's a whole thing. You don't need the big fan on the Pi. In fact, this thing overheats with it, so I think it's more gimmick than useful.
Fair enough.
But anyhow, so that's the exciting part. So on the stream, on Jason's stream, Ham Radio, PC Ham Radio 2.0?
Yes.
Next Sunday night, so the 30th, I think he does those at what, 6 p.m. Pacific?
5 p.m. Pacific.
5 p.m. Pacific. We're going to be on, and if you want to know how you can run your own server to do your own transcriptions and all that other stuff, join us, and we'll have an answer for you. And I'm going to plug this back in and show you a little bit about what we've been working on. And when I say we, this has mostly been, the developments for Skywarn have mostly been due to Jeff. So if you guys are so inclined, he has a buy me a coffee. And Jeff is a great guy. He's been doing great work, and he had the unfortunate mishap of his van burning down a few years back. Which really sucks.
Real quick, Randy asked, does anyone know if it's okay if I directly ground his ATOS to the truck battery? Randy, I probably would not ground it to the truck battery. I would ground it to the chassis, though. Because I think with the antenna being to the battery, you might have a bad time with it. I would definitely go to the chassis, though.
Yeah, you always want some sort of a fusible link in between your car battery and anything. And if you bypass that, you might lose that. The concern, I would think, would mostly be running into some high voltage electricity, although ATOSs aren't that tall, but still, you never know. So yeah, chassis ground, a good chassis ground would probably be electrically safe.
You might have to take a Dremel tool to a nut and bolt area to get down to the bare metal, because a lot of vehicles seem to be painted everywhere there.
Yeah.
See, even Izzo says it. Chassis ground only. Play it safe. Absolutely.
Even who?
Izzo.
Izzo. Okay. I heard Enzo, and I'm like, I don't know any Enzos. I can know an Izzo. So,
No, we
all right.
we know and love Izzo around here.
So I'm going to share a screen with you.
Yeah.
And we'll have this, at least something that's serviceable, ready to go by next Sunday for you. Jason's hamstring tied. The first people that we're trying to reach with this are Skywarn users, and we'll give you some amount of free transcription, or you can do your own. If you do go through our transcription servers, we are going to have to charge you because we have to pay for that, right?
Right.
For free. But you'll be able to connect your devices. It'll all auto-populate. There's this script that Jeff wrote that really takes the difficulty out of it. So if you have a second, I was going to show you how easy he's made this. You have time for that, Frank?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Okay, so we know it runs on a Raspberry Pi. We know it will run on old laptops that you put Ubuntu on and whatnot.
Hold on. We just lost your screen.
I know, I'm bringing up another screen.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to teach you programming, Frank. Are you ready for it?
Oh, boy. Programming.
Are you excited?
Absolutely.
Okay. So, I'm going to log into a Linux box here.
You're not going to show any passwords, right?
No, it shouldn't.
Okay.
Here we go. So, right now I've got it installed and running. I'm going to first uninstall it.
While we
now,
hold on, before we continue, Paul says, check out that AI background. Yeah, Mark, you have the best AI background out of anybody.
yeah, the best thing about my AA background is I can touch everything.
All right. Okay, let's go back to highlight the screen.
Okay, watch this. This is how easy he's made it. Oh, sudo root.
Always sudo.
So, what he's done is you just type install. Oh, I don't have a Tango plugged in at the moment. I'll have to do that in a second. It will install everything you need. It will program your Tangos with the latest firmware. It will load the Wi-Fi from your system onto your stuff, or sometimes you do have to type it in if it's encoded on your system. But that's it, man.
That is stupid simple.
It's gonna, you just type install, and then you wait a couple of minutes, it does everything. And at the end, you're gonna have a Linux server.
Not bad.
Yeah, and that could be with your, so let me bring up another one while that finishes. It's gonna finish, and it's gonna load, and it's gonna be great, but I'm gonna share something else here real quick. So then as you start getting, recordings in or whatever it is, you have them there locally on your own machine.
Right.
So you can do the transcriptions configuration. We're going to move the menus around a little bit. So you can send them to OpenAI server through us. You can send them to, I don't know, we might just do OpenAI for now, or you're going to be able to do them locally as well.
There you
Although
go.
I will say, you're going to find that if you use our servers, Skywarn, we're going to put on a better model. Right now, we're just doing OpenAI for testing, but Skywarn will have a very fast, very accurate model, just because the consequences are so high. So again, right now it's kind of primarily for Skywarn users, but if you're an open source contributor or you're just really interested in what else Boondock will do, this is a fun way to get involved in the back end of things. You still have, it looks a little different than Bing. You still have the ability to do quick test searches. This is a local instance, so you don't get keyword alerts or anything unless you interact with our API to make that happen. But yeah, so that's the exciting part.
So Izzo says, "Holy Batman, plug and play." Absolutely.
Yeah, so if we go back to that screen now, it's up, it's done, it's running.
Well, you're right now. It's just sharing a black. Okay, there we go. It took it a second to update on our side.
Oh, okay. I mean, it's in the back working.
Fantastic.
And, if we go over to that box, should be live now. Let me share a different screen with you. Sorry, with Video Ninja, I've got to close it and open up something else.
Izzo, I will tell you right now. I know you haven't had Mark on, but if you reach out to Mark and get him on Clubhouse, he will fill in about 3 years worth of radio topic stuff while keeping it interesting and fun in a 2-hour show. I can tell you that right now.
So anyhow, man, it's pulling in audio, transcribing it as fast as its little heart can let it. Anyhow, we're going to be talking about that and more, along with Wilmington Skywarn. So if you want to figure out how you can better prepare your community for this upcoming El Nino, or how you can better participate, or better record keeping, better whatever.
Oh yeah.
Our first announcement's going to be on Jason's stream, and then we hope to be on Josh's stream and Teal's stream as well. Well, Teal, we hope to do a video installing it himself, if we can find us. And he's booked out like months of content. So
all right. I mean, technically, you first announced it here on my stream.
Exactly, man.
So,
that's what I was telling you.
Yeah.
How you'd be excited. All right. Do we have any questions, comments, concerns, or anybody that wants to help out Ham Radio Nomad? I know he would appreciate it. Let me give you that link again.
So, Izzo wants to know, do you direct your data to your local NWS office?
Yes, through the Wilmington Skywarn app. So it's a free app. They don't even take donations, which I try to talk them out of. The Skywarn users that we're working with there actually have a cubicle that's right next to the meteorologists in the NWS office. So as they're getting reports in, they're printing them out, handing to the meteorologist, or the meteorologist is, standing and listening to the radio chatter as well. So this just deburdens the operator and provides an additional layer of accountability. I think in Wilmington they have 6 frequencies that they monitor. You can imagine if they're all coming in at once, an operator can't keep up.
Right.
Now they can, because we can listen to any number of channels, no problem.
And I just dropped Jeff's Buy Me a Coffee, so if you guys want to support what Jeff has been doing in conjunction with Boondock Echo here, there you go. That's the way to do it.
Because the other option, right? Because Jeff's a believer in open source, as am I. The other option is closed source. We don't share the source code with you, and we charge you for it, whatever we want to charge you.
And I don't think many would like that.
Oh, no, people don't like that. Even when we have, we sell stuff. We're trying to pay people a wage. I wouldn't call it a living wage yet. We're trying to pay people. People are like, oh, you're charging too much for this, blah, blah, blah. Like, go make your own. It's all open source.
Yeah.
Shut up. It's out there. We put it out there.
Right.
How can you be mad at that model? Like, you can go do it yourself if you want to.
Exactly.
So, some people just like to complain.
Does anyone have any questions for Mark here? I know it was a last-minute surprise, but Mark reached out and was like, hey, I can come on and talk about this if you want. I'm like, cool. Let's see what happens. And here we are. So, got questions for Mark? Got questions for me?
Do people know what Boondock is, Frank? What we do?
If they don't, they've been living under a rock.
Maybe they've been living under a rock, Frank.
Okay, so Mark, what is Boondock?
So we connect to any radio to provide two-way, well, let's just do one way first. We record, we transcribe, we can act on keywords. So if you have somebody, a call sign you're looking for, a grid square you're looking for, we can do that. If you're into fire, EMS, police, we can listen for things like Officer Dan, down, man down, anything. And we can send emails instantly to the chiefs to get them, get the engines revved up and run to your rescue. So it's a really fun use of AI. I know people hate AI. Get over it, guys. It's a new world. It's fun stuff. So we connect to all of that, and we can connect to apps like IFTTT, although IFTTT is going through some changes, and we've noticed some interruptions in service, but we can also connect to our API. So, like, you can, without too much work, because I was able to do it, you can get like a programmable power strip, like a CASA power strip that's Wi-Fi enabled on all the switches. And you can talk to the API, and when a keyword comes through, it'll turn lights on your network or turn things off on your network. So all sorts.
Just real quick, I'm going to overlay this over both of us real quick. This is the Boondock Echo website, and if you guys haven't seen it, right now we're talking about the Boondock Edge desktop, and they also have the Tango scanner and the Boondock Echo. Hold on, I just heard blinging in my ears. Who did what in chat? I have it all covered up right now. Let's see. I don't see anything. Huh, okay. Well, anyway, so Boondock Echo, you can set it up based on whatever you want. I think we did 2 live streams so far, Mark?
Something like that.
I have a couple live streams on my channel. T.O. Temporarily Offline has a couple live streams on his channel. He has a couple videos on his channel now, all about this. And, Izzo, not to push you or anything, but you could suggest this to the head honcho guys, because that's what Boondock is for to a degree. All right, now we're back on screen. That's what Boondock is for a degree, is to help law enforcement, fire, EMS catch and record, those things and make it so that you have an instant summary report from first dispatch to end of call. Right, Mark?
Absolutely. So it's great. We're already out there in firehouses and police. We're in a jail, which I never would have thought would have been a market, but apparently it is. So we provide the recording, record keeping, the transcription, which makes FOIA requests super easy to fulfill, because you can go back and search by date, time, or by message and get all the responsive things to send off to the lawyers. And they also, Izzo, going back to your question a minute ago about, where do we sit in relation to the NWS offices? I sit in Southern California, where it is currently 83 and sunny, and tomorrow it'll be 84 and sunny. I know nothing about NWS, but the Wellington Skywarn people have a wealth of experience with that. They'll be on Jason, and they're actually the focus of next Sunday's show. So you can ask all sorts of questions there, because they actually work out of an NWS office. So they'll be able to better address your needs.
There you go. Fantastic. And I figured out what the dinging is. Chris, KD9YSW, liked my live stream over on one of the other socials. Thank you, Chris.
Aw, we should all like Frank's live stream right now. Let's do it together.
Well, there's 16 of you in chat apparently right now, so...
17 watching now.
Oh, 17?
Yeah.
Okay, well, that hasn't updated on my side, so...
Oh, I've got other news for you, Frank.
Yes.
Maybe you don't want to buy from me. That's okay. You can buy Boondock Technology stuff from Ham Radio Outlet.
Oh yeah, that's right. You're now in HRO, aren't you?
We are, and as soon as somebody else stops dragging their feet, we'll be in another major distributor that's really, really big. Some might call it just gigantic.
That's a clue, isn't it?
It's a clue. Think
Yeah.
of a four-letter word for gigantic.
Yeah. Okay. I know crosswords. I know how to do them.
Think of the first 4 letters in gigantic.
Yeah. So is that HRO nationwide or just Anaheim right now?
Nope, we'll be nationwide.
Nationwide, wonderful. So that means everybody near an HRO can go get a boondock. And they're
Yeah, instead of
stupid
buying
simple
them,
to set up too.
we keep trying to make it easier every day. You know, it's one of those things where if we had more people supporting the mission, I would go and I would hire Jeff. I can't do that yet. I would love to.
Right.
So if it's something you're interested in, and you know your contributions, your purchases are wonderful, and we appreciate them. But what we really want you to do is go to your fire station and your police station and tell them about us, and then let us get them on a commercial contract where we can provide support for your whole community.
And
Listening to
especially,
call signs and stuff is fun, but I really get jazzed up about the idea of helping communities and saving lives.
absolutely.
I'm not saying we're going to do that, but it's got the potential. So.
It helps, and that's the important part. Colin says selling in a parts store. HRO, yeah, I guess it's sort of a parts store, but the Boondock is an actual physical device. All you have to do is plug it in, do a little bit of setup, which is really stupid, simple, easy. I mean, even Izzo could do it. It's that easy. And
Or-
then,
Go ahead.
so yeah, parts store, okay, yeah, but hey, it's a ready to go kit.
Or you can buy this open source board
There you go.
for $25 on Amazon, and it'll connect and it'll do the receiving only. It won't transmit. You need a Boondock Echo for that, or one of our add-on boards. But you can get into the ecosystem. I mean, $25 isn't much.
That's not bad at all.
Yeah. So call it VK, selling in a parts store. I will tell you. Oh wait, no, VK Land. I'm sorry. I was going to make a comment about VK Land. But that's.
I apparently missed the joke on Colin's side. He's like, Frank, gigantic parts store.
I missed that too. I missed it. I gotcha.
Good one, Colin. Good one.
Yeah, we're lined up. We're lined up to go out and get the parts too. Although, as far as the speed of progression goes, it seems to have gone a lot faster through the HRO channel than the Game Parts channel.
Have you tried DX Engineering at all?
Can't even get them to give us an email every time.
Reach out to Tim. Not Gray Man.
Gray Man Tim?
No, not Gray Man. Tim Duffy.
Tertiary Tim?
No, not. This is like
Tim?
This is like Tim number 6 or 7.
Quaternary Tim?
Yeah, something like that.
Tim?
Yeah.
Quaternary Tim?
Yeah, something like that.
No, it's okay, man. If they're not excited about the product, we don't want to push them on it, because they're not going to want to push it and sell it to the customers.
Yeah.
So,
okay. Typhoon Tim, if you know somebody in Guam's PD, EMS, fire department, whatever, and
he's tried.
You can push this for them. Yep, go for it.
He has tried on our behalf, and we are grateful.
Okay.
And he got a free Boondock, but not out of that. He got that. He won in a raffle.
Yeah.
1 year. So. Cool. Okay, that's all I've got. Unless there's questions.
Nothing else has come in.
I thought you would be excited about that.
Absolutely.
If we could get some more people over there. If you know Skywarn people, storm spotters, have them come over Sunday to Jason 2.0's channel and check it out. It's mostly, to be honest with you, that stream is mostly going to be about Skywarn. What Skywarn is, what the software does, how it makes the whole reporting, whatever process easier. That's the purpose of that stream. We will be a side note. But we will follow up with that shortly thereafter. And we will be the keynote.
Fantastic. Let's hear. Tim says he's still working the fire department over there, so
Hey,
there might
he's
be
the
a
right guy to
chance.
start fires.
Tim, what did you do? Some of those EOD items that you work with, just make them go kaboom and go. Oh, hey, you missed that. You need a boondock.
No, don't tell
No,
him.
don't do that. And yes, Colin, it is Friday my way. It's also Friday for Mark
It is.
because
We're
we're
in the
like,
same time zone.
we're only what 6.5 hours at 70 miles an hour apart. So yeah.
Yeah. So cool. All
Well,
right, buddy. Well,
thanks
I'm
for
gonna talk
coming on,
about
Mark.
Boondock, but well, we can talk about other stuff.
Oh,
Just saying
yeah.
I'm done talking about Boondock. What do you want to talk about?
Well, I want to see what chat wants to talk about. Chat has been quiet.
I have a topic I can bring up that's unrelated to Boondock.
Ooh, let's hear it.
MCP. Mike, Charlie, Papa.
Okay, that means
It stands-
several things for me.
It stands for Model Context Protocol.
Okay.
It is a way for AIs to interact with other things outside of the AI.
Hmm.
So, for example, if I was creating a web page, I could use Chrome's MCP in the developer settings and let chat see that web page as it's developing it. So it gets live feedback and see where issues are,
Right.
right? So if I'm on boondockecho.com, I point chat to my specific Chrome browser as it browses boondockecho.com, and it can go through and fix things. But you're like, well, who cares? That's for developers. I don't need that. No, my friend. You could use that to control your radios as well.
Oh.
So you can write MCPs for, say, an SDR, like the RTL SDR, or the Pluto Plus SDR, the AirSpy.
Right.
If your ICOM is controlled through the network, if you have it on your Wi-Fi or LAN connection, you could write an MCP that controls your radio, and then you can do things, say things like, tell me the band activity tomorrow between 4 p.m. and 6 p.m. Like, monitor the band activity. Tell me what people are doing.
Okay.
And it can sit there and it can scan the band and it can say, okay, well, there's activity here, and here. Okay, that's pretty cool. And then you can say, all right, tell me the, for the first peak, the first whatever you found, tell me what that traffic is. Is it digital? Yeah, it's digital. Cool. What digital? What protocol is that? Is that Whisper? Is it FT8, FT4? Oh, it's FT8. Would you like me to decode that? Why, yes, I would. So it allows all of these AI chats that you have to interact with physical things, which is really, really cool. And in fact, I wrote one for an AirSpy HF and a RTL SDR that can do all these things and more. The trouble is, because there's always a catch, right?
Oh yeah.
You know about tokens? Like, the chats can only keep track of so many things,
Yeah.
right? Before they start to drift. Well, that is an issue. I wrote so many functions, so many features out that I can only load a subset of them at a time. Otherwise, it just fills up the memory,
Ooh.
the AI's memory, and then it just starts to drift. So I have to be a little more because once I figured out what these things were, man, I just went nuts one day. I'm like, I legit did this. I went to AI, to ChatGPT, and I'm like, okay, once I got the MCP working, list out the next 50 useful things. Okay, list out the next 50. Okay, start implementing them.
Oh, nice.
Enter.
Real quick. Hey,
Okay,
Dave, how
next.
you doing?
Enter.
Real.
Who joined?
Dave, the hillbilly ham.
Oh, Billy! I saw him on a stream yesterday,
On a stream
So-
yesterday?
or maybe the day before.
I was going to say,
it
had to have been Wednesday because that would have been Ham Shack TV, the other Josh's
That was-
channel.
That was it.
Yeah.
Wednesday. The days are a blur. But anyways, I just kept hitting enter until it made all these functions. It's like, scan the USB hub, look for any RTL SDRs and adopt them. It does it. Now scan all the FM radio stations and look for the RDS data, and it does it. I need to make a video, but I want to title it AI Slop, but I need to figure out, the initialism AI SLOP, what it can stand for. You know what I should do? I should have AI tell me that.
Right? I was about to say.
So, I don't know. It's really interesting. It's potentially very powerful. It's still kind of in its infancy, but the ability to take your chat out of your browser or wherever you use it, your console, and connect to other things in your lab in your life, I think is extremely powerful.
Oh, absolutely. Sorry, I'm also paying attention to Discord because I asked Rob if he has a link yet for tonight because I don't see it. I do know he's at Huntsville, but I don't want to overstep on him or anything.
No worries. Okay, so questions regarding MCP or the use of AI in your lab. I'd be happy to do it.
Someone's got to have a question about that.
I think they're still wrapping their heads around it. It took me a little while to wrap my head around.
Maybe. Either that or we put all 20 of them to sleep.
22 now, Frank.
Oh, see, YouTube Studio's so far behind.
Pretty cool lab. Thank you, Roaming Base 73. Who is Roaming Base 73, Frank?
That is Sabir. That's Sabir. He is in Fresno, and he is a tinkerer.
Cool. Yeah. Thank you for. It is a pretty cool lab. I do have some crap on the ground I need to pick up, but other than that, it's. I've got a workbench behind me. I've got some. I recently did this a few weeks ago, so I could take this to different parts, and it's just got test equipment, so I can have it at the workbench, the desk, or the workbench back there. There's another workbench here on my left that I do all the soldering and everything for.
Now, so, if I really wanted to, Mark, it'll blow things out a little bit, but I can make you. Let's look at the bench behind Mark way back there.
So that's a tool chest. And then that bright light thing is a custom Boondock Edge server. So where is that? Right there?
Yep.
So it's a 10-inch mini rack display with like a 1280 by 720 screen in it. There's the BTEC UV50 Pro below it, and then there's a computer below it, and then a drawer.
I was going to ask if that was the 10-inch rack that you played with.
It is. And then there's a Boondock Tango dangling.
Let's see. Is this
is
bunch of wire up here?
Yep, wire up top, and then scroll down.
Hold on, I have to find my window again. There we go.
I've got a bunch of these, which clip onto 2020 aluminum.
Ooh. And
they're just little angled holders, tool holders. So, you can have all of your tools at just at reach. It's great. I've got bigger ones that are great for all the different rivers, because otherwise those things tend to get buried or get stacked. Big old microscope, which is great as I'm getting older.
Right.
Big old DHO 804, which is a nice little oscilloscope. And then it's going to be off camera, but there's a JBC soldering station over there. Down here, is a baker's rack tray, a little mini baker's rack tray.
Oh, yeah.
There's a bunch of little mini baker's pans, and each one is a project, so you can have little parts and projects together while you're waiting on shipments to come in. And that's pretty much it.
Lots of fun in there.
It is.
Now put that back. Sabir says that's quite a bit of stuff. Absolutely.
Oh, buddy, if you only knew. If you only knew.
Mark is a big time tinkerer.
Yeah.
So.
It is a lot of stuff. So. Anyhow, how's everybody else doing out there in TV land?
Right?
How's Hillbilly Ham doing?
Who has questions? They can be for Mark here, or for me, or
Screw that, Frank. We're the hosts. We're asking the questions.
oh, is that how we're doing it?
That's how we're doing it. Here's my first question. Is Josh having a live stream tomorrow? Who knows?
No. Well, yes, but no. So he has all the Huntsville stuff starting at like 7 in the morning, our time.
Okay.
As far as his evening stream, probably not. He doesn't usually do that Huntsville weekend.
Makes sense. And I kind of had to step out during this, but what do you personally think of the ICOM's release price on the dual bander, the UHF, VHF?
Oh, we went deep and heavy with that because Mike N2MAK mentioned the Radio Oddity DB50D. And
that's where I'd spend my money.
350 versus 1,000 for basically the exact same thing. You know, let's hear it.
And the app, I haven't seen ICOM's app, but the app is amazing for the. It's all three radios are the same, right? The UB50 Pro, the 7600, the Radio Oddity DB50. It's all the same radio with a different label on it.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's coming out of the same factory. I don't know who makes the firmware, but it's the same software too on the software app side. You can track your friends. You have this thing called BSS that we started using in our local Firewatch, which is APRS for non-APRS use frequencies.
Right.
So we can track people and keep them safe. Stupid commercials.
Oh, yeah. Ad rolls midway through live streams.
Lame.
Mark, it's going to happen whether or not I have it turned on, so it's just how it is.
We're the hosts. We should be making the commercials.
Let's hear. Dave's getting ready for the local ham fest tomorrow, and the ICOM's too high for his blood. Yeah, I don't blame you. Hi, John. Welcome.
I mean, really, what does the new radio do? I think it's got some digital modes, but what does it do that the 5100 doesn't, other than have a color screen?
It has a built-in TNC that you can access from your phone.
Okay, so it's got Bluetooth built in, which I think the 5100 was an add-on module, right?
Yeah, I think so.
So, okay. You can do that with the 7600, the D50, the UD50 Pro.
Exactly.
So, and I know people say cheap Chinese junk, only use them as wheel chocks or whatever. Like, I'm sorry. I'm going to.
So,
works.
Something we discussed, it had... Okay, now I'm getting stuff confused because I've been trying to catch up on live streams I've missed. I've just been binge watching because all I can do is sit here or lay in the bed in the across the hall. That's all I can do basically. So I've been trying to catch up on all the binge watching of the live streams I missed. I don't remember if it was a kids' table I was on or if it was something I heard in one of the other ones. One thing we need to stop doing, because we know what it is and everything, but we need to stop calling it cheap Chinese junk. It's just radios. Because putting the connotation of cheap Chinese junk devalues it, to a degree that people who don't know better could go the wrong way with stuff, and then they have buyer's remorse. For example, as I said earlier, I have ICOM, I have Yaesu, I have Kenwood, I have, Motorola too, for Christ's sake. If someone were to hear, oh, the Radio Oddity is cheap Chinese junk versus the ICOM, well, they don't know better, and they just hear that blanket statement, they're going to go for the ICOM, and they're going to spend $1,000, and then 6 months, 10 months down the road, they're going to go, but wait a minute, this other radio does the same exact thing that the ICOM does. So why did I spend an extra $700 on this? And then you have buyer's remorse.
Yeah. And I mean, again, I don't know the intricacies of that design, but the 5100 was, I want to say, a $400 radio, pre-tariff. And it's a solid.
Let's just see if the Google machine has it. Let's see here. When launched in 2014, the ICOM ID 5100A had a retail street price, I love street price, of approximately $725 to $750.
Nah, I think I paid $400 for mine. Maybe I got it used. I don't know.
Now, that's the initial launch price. The standard pre-tariff late street price was $550.
Okay, so that's coming more in line with the 400 I'm remembering. So
Yeah.
I want to say I got it in like 2019, 2018, somewhere in there. And it's a fantastic radio. Love it. Scans fast. It's a good radio. But I'll tell you, I had another conversation. Somebody asked me, they were replacing the Motorola Vertex Standard on the Firewatch. And we were like, we spent $600 on these. We had to, really budget it in and save up for them and do without some other things for them. And, they dropped it and broke it and they wanted to get another. And they asked what I recommended. And I'm like, well, if I had $600 to buy a handheld right now, I get the VTech UV50 or the VTech UV50.
Right.
For $180 and save the other money.
So, Dave says, if I'm spending that much, I'm saving a little more for the Kenwood. It has 220. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sabir says, Anytone 5888, best tri-band for the price. Yeah, not bad at all. Dave said, those Chinese radios get more in the hobby. Absolutely. Absolutely. Let's hear. Grand Admiral Snack Bar's in chat. Hey, Snack Bar. I haven't tried it yet, but I hear VLC will allow you to play YouTube videos minus all the ads. I don't think you can watch live streams, though. That's good to know. And then Dave said, but the price dropped. He bought his 5100 in 23 for $400.
Okay.
So that lines up even more so with what you said.
Are we throwing to Rob here in a few minutes?
He hasn't responded. I don't see a live posted on his channel yet. So I'm just gonna chill until I see something posted or he goes live, and then I'll just dump at that. I'll be like, all right, we're out. Yeah.
Okay, no worries. So I do like my Kenwood D75. Okay, solid radios. Same thing with, I've got an ICOM ID 52. 52A. I've got the Anytone 578, 878. They're all fun radios. They all work really well. My current favorite is the UB50 Pro, though, because of all the GPS features built in.
Right.
That allow us to track the Firewatch people as they move around. We've got kind of an elderly population. It's not horribly expensive. It's Part 90 compliant, which is great because we're a commercial. We're a Part 90 club, so the radios are FCC qualified. Good audio, good tone. You can USB-C cheap battery charge them. It's great for them. And you've also got the ability on the app side of things to send pictures. Now, good Lord willing and the creek don't rise, this winter when El Nino comes rolling through, we are not going to get severe flooding like we had a few years ago. But we had roads wash out. We had a major artery just freaking go away. Like, it undermined. They had to dig down like 150 feet and replace all the soil and geotechnical fabric and all this stuff. We had infrastructure then. We had cell signal then. So we were able to communicate, take pictures, and share them around traditional ways. But if you have an event that somehow takes out infrastructure, an earthquake or whatever, the ability to send a picture versus getting a poor description from somebody,
right,
it's huge. You
Oh
know,
yeah. So let's see here. Treasury Tim, Typhoon Tim says nothing on his end either because he's in the same boat with me and Rob and Mike and a couple others for Friday coordination, and he hasn't responded there. I don't see a post. I don't see a live post or anything like that. So I think we're good to go long here. Let's hear. Izzo says he received his Kenwood D75 about 3 weeks ago. Very impressed with it. I hear it's a nice rig. I hear it's a nice rig, but I can't justify the price of it.
fair.
So, all right, there we go.
Um, do we have anybody out there in TV land who's got the uh, the 7600, the UV50 Pro, or is it the V50, and a 10-inch rack? Because if you do, I have a STL for you.
Well, Mark, you know what you can do, because I do believe
Share
I
it in-
still have it there. Let's see. You can share it in the Did I Hear an Echo part of the Discord server.
Maybe. We'll see if anybody wants it first. But this is just a little mountain rail system, so you can mount your... Those radios, they all have the same body, so
Right.
whole spacings and, whole side-to-side spacing is the same. Whoops, I don't want to hold that. So if anybody wants it, let Frank know, and then I will post it in his Discord for you.
Yeah, just if anybody wants it, just post in the Did I Hear an Echo, because that's the Boondock Echo part of Discord in my server. Just post there and be like, hey, Mark, I want the STL for so-and-so.
Yeah. So that's a fun one. It mounts in a single one-use space, which is really handy.
Now, I will say this. You did mention El Nino. Granted, we're not going to know what goes on until it happens. But I have heard so many varying reports, and a lot of them, of course, from all trusted weather people. This year is supposed to be worse than 97 and worse than the one in the 1800s. I've forgotten what year it was.
So I will agree and disagree on that. I will agree in that the sea surface temperature is higher than it has been in, I think, since they started recording it with this series of 70 buoys out in the ocean.
Right.
There's a lot of energy in the Pacific right now, and that is going to do something. Where, though, is anybody's guess, because it's going to depend on where the jet stream dumps that water. Right? So that water gets picked up. If the jet stream dips down and pushes on up to Oregon, sucks to be them, but it won't affect us down here in Southern California. If it decides to dump it all on Southern California, we're completely screwed. We're not going to know until we know. But what we do know is that it's going to do something, and it's going to disrupt global weather patterns. So places that have an average annual rainfall, let's call it 24 inches, you're going to see that disrupted.
Oh,
Are they
absolutely.
going to see it disrupted higher or lower? I couldn't tell you. They're not going to know until it gets closer. But that could affect where, food prices, food scarcity in some countries. So it's definitely something to pay attention to. And if you are a prepper at all, you don't need to go panic, but it's not a bad idea to be prepared for things. Food pricing going up. Well, wait for your after Thanksgiving and after Christmas sales and stock up a little bit. Labor Day stuff, stock up a little bit. Have some additional power sources. So we're losing KH2TJ, report them.
Yeah, I see that. Thanks for hanging out, Todd. And we're here every Friday, unless something medically happens. We're here every Friday at 5 local. So come on by and highball the clear block. We'll see you next time.
Yeah, and for those of you who don't know, maybe you guys don't speak Spanish, and that's totally understandable. But El Nino is Spanish for the Nino. El is the same as the. It's an article in Spanish. Yeah. So,
And Nino is boy, so the boy.
There you go. Why it's called that, I couldn't tell you, but it is part of what they call the El Nino Southern Oscillation, where sometimes that part of the ocean gets warmer, sometimes it gets cooler, and sometimes it's neutral. So, oh, we're losing Dave.
All
Hi,
right, Dave. Catch you later. And Love Tura over on Twitch says no stream category. Thank you for letting me know. It should be just chatting, which is interesting. So let me just, even though we're like towards the end, let me just update that real quick. Thank you for letting me know. I thought I had that set, so now it should be set now. So thank you.
Yeah. And have you heard about the big one that's been in all the news lately?
You mean the shaker?
Yeah, the earthquake. So some scientists did a model based on the last 1,000 years of record that they could figure out. And they're doing things like digging up silt in the ocean, and,
right?
Doing core sampling. They're doing everything they can to figure this out, but they're just kind of guessing. What the latest study that came out was that the San Andreas Fault has more.
Real quick, see ya, Izzo. Thanks for dropping by and hanging out. We'll see you Tuesday.
Yeah. Take care, man. But what they're saying is it's got it's more energy now than any time in the last 1,000 years. Is the headline that you see, which then means people are like, oh well, then it's ready to blow.
So what's interesting about that? What is very interesting about that? I'm trying to find the right map for this.
But I was going to say is what it says is it's got more energy than in the study period that they could put together, or what they believe is the period that they could put together. And it's actually more pressure. Interesting study. They discovered that the San Andreas can go along with the San Jacinto, and it can also not. There's a gate at the Cajon Pass where it's going to perhaps jump that gate and make a bigger earthquake, and maybe not. They don't know. But,
so I'm going to bring this up on screen here, and Mark is now tiny in the bottom of things here. Okay, come on. I want that on. There we go. Oh, wow. Why is that all stretched out? Okay, let's fix... Oh, I know why that's all stretched out. Let's fix that.
Looks like a leg in blood vessels.
Let's turn that off. There we go. So, way up here... Let me see. Can I plus this up? Yeah, it's going to let me plus this up. So, this little isolated fault right here... That's, Here, let me make myself big. No, not that. This one. Here we go. So, this little... There we go.
You covered up with your head.
Yeah, this little fault line right here. That runs along the edge of the valley I live in. And it actually goes from Ukiah all the way down to about Healdsburg. They have found it is actually a lot longer, and it is triggering more often now than it ever has. And that is concerning because that is a fault line that has not been active, has not done anything major. It's just sat there for hundreds of years.
Frank, were you pointing at the ocean a moment ago?
Nope.
Can you bring that map back up?
Yep, hold on, let's see.
I was looking in the wrong spot, because I was looking into what I thought was ocean.
Top right screen. So here's the Hayward Fault.
Right.
This is the Bay Area right here.
Yes.
And this, well, the demographic line is off here. This is the Cloverdale Valley. The Alexander Valley.
I think that's the Pacific Ocean.
Okay, hold on. Let me.
Does your map zoom out?
Here, we'll let me open the open image in new tab. It is this little line right here, where my mouse is. If you can see where my mouse is pinging.
Yeah, that line is. Go back to your other map then.
Right there.
Something feels wrong to me. Maybe it's me. What do people out in the YouTube land think?
Yeah, is Frank all dried up on this one?
I think what
Either way, though, at the end
I
of the
think
day,
I think there's another fault that's not the one you pointed to that is probably acting up.
well, either way, at the end of the day, let me close a couple things out here so I can.
I could be wrong, but based on your background and based on my background, I kind of think Team Internet's on my side.
Maybe.
We're gonna have to see what Tim says.
Oh, Tim says Mark is his mad scientist lab.
I am a mad scientist. Very weak.
So okay, let me come back over.
That was acting.
All right. So this is the USGS map. Okay.
Okay.
That fault line. Can I plus this up? No, plus is up the wrong stuff. Okay. That fault line runs right through here. Let's see. Actually, let me take this into paint. I want paint up here. So that fault line is literally that right there. That red line that I just added.
Okay. So, let's go back to the reference image that you had a moment.
Oh, I hold on. I already closed that out. Let me. There, can I pull
Damn
it?
it, Frank! We're trying to do science. We have to keep records.
Let's see. California major faults. There we go. That little line right there
is offshore. Didn't
Huh. Oh, you're right, Mark, because here's the Golden Gate. Whoops.
Yeah.
Okay.
There.
But this
Somewhere
is the
there.
So this is the Hayward fault. That doesn't come this far north, though. Which is interesting. They only list the San Andreas on the USGS, but the Hayward fault is totally separate from this fault line that's been acting up lately.
Well, earthquakes are going to be unpredictable. They're going to quake from time to time. That doesn't necessarily mean it's a period of high activity, low activity. On the geological time scales, it's insignificant, but for us, it's huge. But
here's the thing. They said in the last 200 years now, no known earthquake has been recorded as high as the 4.6 and 5.3 we had in late June. On that fault line. On that fault line.
What does that mean? What does that mean to you?
To me, that means, well, besides the fact that the plates are moving, that means to me that that fault line is a less studied fault line. It's had less major seismic activity to it, and it is more likely to be the triggering event for the big one.
Based on what?
It is
so
right.
You're worried, if I hear you correctly, that fault is going to trigger the big one, and it is more active now than ever before.
Well, no, yes, it's more active now than ever before, but it won't trigger the big one on that fault line. It will so it could, the way it is linked into, from what I have seen the scientists talking about, it is linked into the Hayward and the San Andreas fault. And we know the San Andreas fault runs the whole length of the state and connects to the Cascadia subfault up, in Oregon. This fault line could hit a 5, well, we've already had a 5.3 on it now. It could hit a 6 or somewhere around there, which then would trigger the big one on the San Andreas, off the San Andreas fault line or off the Hayward fault line.
It could, or it couldn't.
True. 50-50 shot until it happens, right?
So one of the things I hear, and this is mostly among the Firewatch, which, again, these people have known a lot of presidents. They're old. You look around the Ring of Fire, and there's a 7.2 in Manila, there's a 7.2. It's really getting active.
Right.
No. I mean, there's earthquakes every year.
Oh, yeah.
And they're relatively unpredictable, relatively random. I do think scientists are getting better at predicting some of the outcomes and potential risk factors, but it could happen, it could not happen. We have no way of predicting at this point humanity's progression because the timescales are so huge.
Right.
It's generations. You have to go back before nobody that was around from the 1906. Was it 1906 San Francisco?
Yes.
Nobody is around today. Nobody that experienced that is alive now. So there have been people that have lived and died happy lives, having never experienced a bigger.
Oh, yeah.
Right? But it could happen, and if you prepare for it now, put some water aside, put some food aside, maybe some extra medications.
Oh, absolutely.
When it does hit, if there is infrastructure disruption, it's not going to be so stressful. It's not going to be as stressful. Take a CERT class, community emergency response team. Learn how you can be minimally helpful in an emergency to triage people.
Personally, I'm all ready and I'm all set. It's everybody else that I'm worried about.
And if you're away at work?
If I'm away at work, the family knows what to do and how to do it. And if I can't get home, I have a plan. Tim says, Mark, it's linked like North Georgia GMRS. yeah, linked. Right, Tim.
Okay, so your plan, if you are away from home, what's your plan, Frank? What's your plan?
I stick up in the motel room where, closest to the yard or whatever until stuff gets repaired. I have a couple hams here in town that I can contact if I need to, and they can reach out to my family. We already one of them is a good friend, the guy that I Elmer.
That's good. And your family would know what to do.
Yeah.
What if you're stuck on your train and big earthquake? Probably, I don't know that it would necessarily knock the train off the tracks, but it could very easily put some rocks on the tracks.
Depending upon where we're at and what the territory is, anything over a 5.0 is an immediate stop all train and wait for maintenance away to inspect track.
Okay. How long does that take them to execute?
Again, depends upon the territory. For us, where I had been working, it's about 2 hours.
Okay, that's not bad.
So not too
Do
bad.
you think they're going to come for you first, or they're going to go for the passenger trains to rescue people?
For the most part, no train's going to fall off the tracks in an earthquake.
I'm not worried about falling off the tracks necessarily. I'm worried about the track becoming impassable and you being in a spot where Are you going to be able to hike out? Are you going to have enough food and water to hang out and wait for somebody to come get you?
What they will, so for like Amtrak, say the Coast Starlight, which is Seattle to Los Angeles, what they'll do is, if they can, they will get buses to as close to the train as possible, even in the most remote areas. The buses have to do that very, very carefully. Or, because the long distance train usually has an extra 3 days of supplies on board, they will wait for maintenance away to take care of whatever track defect there might have been caused by the earthquake, which can happen. They can have that fixed within about 8-10 hours at most for a minor issue, even quicker in some places.
What
So
does that mean for you and your engineer?
we just have to sit there and wait.
Do you have food and water?
We have, so here's the thing, especially on the freight side. We have whatever food and water we bring with us when we go on duty. We're given crew packs, which have uh, ice packs and those little tiny mini water bottles are like this big.
Yeah,
They
yes.
we have those, but other than that, as far as food goes, whatever we brought with us is what we have. I tend to
So,
go heavy on like protein bars, granola bars, that sort of stuff. So I'm set there, and I'm willing to
so do you
share
want?
as much as I can.
Well, that's one of the things. However long you think you're going to get stuck, it could be longer. You're
Yeah,
not
yeah,
allowed. You're not allowed your amateur radios, right?
exact. Well, okay, in that situation, yeah, we're that gets that gets tricky because we're on duty, but if we run out of our hours of service, technically, I could sort of, kind of. I'd have to use my HT to a local repeater, and then get someone who has HF to meet my buddy on a specific frequency that we've already determined. Based on my area and whatnot, 40 meters is the best one, the best band. So there's back end game plans that are definitely going on there. Grand Admiral Snack Bar has a good point here. Rule number one: don't advertise what supplies you have. Absolutely, especially if they dispense freedom seeds. 9 meals. Civilization is 9 missed meals away from lawlessness. Is that all it is?
In the game, Civ.
I
I
thought
think
it'd be
that's Sid
like
Meier's
6 meals.
civilization. Um, so Frank, let me ask you: have
Yeah,
you ever tried that plan?
I have not, because uh, you know, I know, practice, 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 but because with how strict work is, we can't really practice that in reality because we're not allowed to have the ham side on board technically.
Fair enough. Fair enough. But you could perhaps try that in a mock scenario. You don't even have to be on a train or be on duty.
That is true.
See if you can get a ham to help you out. And if you can, great. If you can't, what's plan B?
Yeah, that is. Well, Plan B, since I'm generally speaking, along the route that I'm on, cell service is solid. And cell service probably isn't going to go down for me. I can send a WinLink message from my phone to my buddy here in town. So there is that. Nine meals is 3 days, says Lee. Yeah, okay, fair enough. For the bigger guys like me, nine meals is like nothing.
So, so for the email, and the WinLink room, have you tried it?
Yes.
Good. All I'm saying,
No,
I'm not
no,
trying to panic you. Just,
that I've tried from several different places along the way.
okay. And your buddy saw him and replied to him.
Oh yeah,
Okay, that's good. So that's all I'm saying is we don't know if this stuff will hit in our lifetime.
exactly.
El Nino. It's going to affect somebody. Will that affect me? I don't know. You hit a golf ball, out on the course. The ball's going to land somewhere. Some blade of grass is going to have a bad day.
Right.
Are you going to be that blade of grass? Don't know.
Just one of the reports I saw for this upcoming El Nino is everything from the Canadian-U.S. border down to Central America. I'm like, that's a wide jet stream to have happen.
Oh, it does this loopy thing, right?
Right.
It dips down, and you don't know where it's going to dip down and come back up. Is I think the issue. We've got some comments.
Yeah.
With all the wild chickens around here, we'd be all right for a while. There you go.
Well, Tim's on Guam, so it's easy to find all the wild chickens. Grand Admiral Snack Bar says the quote comes from writer and journalist Alfred Henry Lewis. Lewis wrote that the thin barrier keeping law-abiding citizens from violent disorder is simply the last 9 meals they have eaten, noting that a starving person quickly forgets social rules.
Yeah, Hurricane Helene very quickly geared up. As I recall, in one of those live streams, by day 2, everybody was going healed. They had guns on them.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So yeah, I believe it. We saw what panic did during COVID to the grocery store shelves.
Right.
Right. Okay, Tim, I just read that as people with chickens become desperate, not people with children. Yeah, you're not going to sit there and watch your kids starve. You're going to do whatever you have to do
Exactly.
to get them fed. And if that means stealing from the grocery store, people will do it. Does that mean stealing from a neighbor? Some people will do it.
Right.
Which is another important part of preparation. And it has nothing to do with food, it has nothing to do with bullets, and it has nothing to do with water. It's with your neighbors. If you are friends with your neighbors, you guys can pool resources and avoid those situations in a way that you just can't do. You just can't do any other way. Like, doesn't matter how much you store and stack and whatever. If you break your leg, or your back, and you can't move around, your supplies are useless. But if your neighbor can help you, well, then okay.
Exactly.
Community building is the most important part. Remote hole punchers. Tim, that's why I shoot 40 S&W. It makes a nice hole in the target I can see from a long ways away.
Right. All right. So, Mark, I don't know if you saw it. I sent it just seconds ago, apparently, in the studio chat here. I am going to kill this live stream here shortly. Rob has not posted anything, so I can't redirect people to Digital Rancher. However, I do have this delicious dinner that's been sitting here for it's cold now. I can stick it in the microwave and heat it up. But yeah, we're gonna wrap things up here a little bit. Thank you for coming on, Mark.
Sure, Frank. I'll leave and let you wrap up the stream.
Oh no, don't go anywhere.
Oh no.
Let's hear.
Okay.
Tim says going it on your own isn't going to help you. Work with your neighbors, conserve community resources. Yes, unless they're zombies, Tim, and then double tap every time.
Well, hold on, Frank. Are these the fast zombies? Like, are these World War Z zombies? Zombieland zombies? What are we dealing with?
Rule number 1 of Zombieland. Any and all zombies, double tap. Just saying.
I thought rule number 1 was cardio.
That's rule number 2. At least in my head. Alright, I'm going to put you in the back room for just a second, Mark.
Alright, we'll see you.
Alright, folks. Well, we went a little over because Rob didn't respond to messages tonight and whatnot. He's up at Monsanto having fun, and service up there isn't great, isn't horrible, but isn't great either. So we'll see what happens. Look forward to all the videos and live streams coming out of Monsanto and Huntsville Hamfest this weekend. Reminder, I am back to my normal shenanigans as far as live streaming and chat stuff. So FrankBot is back. Next Thursday, Frank something else. We'll see what happens. And then next Friday is only going to be 1 hour because Josh and Hayden are going live with Tokyo Hamfest updates. Until then, 73 and put on, y'all.